Cancer is a really complex disease with many different causes, and it affects patients in many different ways. So to understand and deal with cancer, you have to come up with approaches from many different angles.
So the SDSU Cancer CoRe is a community of scientists and humanists and engineers and artists that all have the common goal of understanding cancer better and understanding cancer from a more transdisciplinary perspective. So by bringing together these community of experts, we can basically develop cutting-edge and transdisciplinary ways that we can understand, manage, and ultimately treat cancer.
I think the Cancer CoRe creates all sorts of benefit for cancer researchers. It allows us to ask questions that weren't possible before. For example, is communication as complex as cancer itself? It sounds like kind of a ludicrous question, but when you start digging into clinical encounters, how families make sense of cancer in home environments and many other work settings and more, it turns out that communication is extremely complex, and as is the atomic, molecular, and cellular nature of cancer itself.
Conventional cancer research follows this pipeline where you look at the biological origins of the disease and then take it to the patient level, take it to the clinical level where the doctor treats the patient, and then once it's into clinical practice, it starts affecting the community. At SDSU, what we have is the strong roots in the community, and researchers who actually look at cancer from the population level, trying to understand why different cancers affect different populations or are more prevalent in certain communities.
So many communities benefit from community research programs that stem from academic community partnerships like those that are part of the Cancer CoRe. For example, let's consider a community-based research program called Faith in Action that partnered with local churches to prevent cancer in diverse communities. In this program, community members became empowered as they advocated for policy changes to address health priorities and disparities.
Using theory and math, we try to predict different aspects of cancer progression that are not easily accessible by doing experiments in the lab, and they require a lot more resources. But if we can predict what's going to happen based on what is already known, then it gives us an avenue of understanding the disease in a way that is simpler and faster.
So it's important to be thinking about cancer in these complex ways because we understand this is not just an atomic disease, a chemical disease, a cellular disease, a patient disease, a community disease. It's all of these things together. And so we simply have to be viewing cancer from this very wide lens with all of these different disciplines that are involved. It's only through that that we can really start thinking about broad cures for a lot of different cancer types.
SDSU is well situated to touch those people's lives. And we're just trying to create a better environment to translate our work for the benefit of the public good.